Okay, here I am again, Mark D. Sanchez. It's been about 5 seconds. Now, I don't know what it was that I seen fly past the moon, but I'm keeping my eye out for it. It was heading from the top down, and with this being a reverse image camera or telescope, then that means it was actually going from the bottom of the moon up. You know, it wasn't flying left to right, it was flying from the bottom side up, because this is a reflector telescope. We're going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer. Maybe we can't see the things that were flying past it, because I was zoomed in earlier a lot closer. I can see the time better, so if I see something go across it, I'll be able to give you a better time to go back to. So far, I don't see nothing else flying past it. See the regular bright spot down there on the bottom right hand corner. That seems to always be there. And there we see a crater with an obvious mound in the middle. That's an odd one there. Try to hold the telescope on it for you. This is just a rickety old thrift store telescope, so I do the best I can with it. There's what I call the blister once again. If you notice, it looks flat and solid on the inside, and with the distance and the size of the moon, that must be a half a mile of dust knocked down to that, and that looks like a solid iron core, maybe granite. It does have two small craters in it, and it's surrounded and riddled with craters all around it, but on the inside, for years now, it's been just a couple of little small craters in it. And we're going to zoom back out a little bit. I don't know if you caught the first part of the video, if it was lost in the archives or what, but I had a negative image and I seen two different white objects fly by, so that means they were black objects. That's why we're on the regular filter now. I'm keeping my eyes peeled. I thought we might have caught a meteor shower, because I seen it was two or three different things, three altogether. I seen why it was a negative image that were bright white, which meant they were very much black objects flying by. And it started making me think that we were passing through some kind of meteor shower or something. Doesn't seem to be anything flying past it now. Looks like a little nub of something up on the top, hanging off past the edge. And in the center there, that's the Moon Canyon with the structures or the hills, plateaus, space stations. I don't know what they are. Old dilapidated skyscrapers from days gone by. Who knows, but looks like a crater to me. like a canyon. I mean, not a crater with mountains or structures or something inside it. Not so much like this one that looks like the blister. It it looks more flat to me. It doesn't look like it's filled with things. You can see the lines that come from that crater. I believe I just seen something black fly past it again, and with it being it looked large sized and blurry, I believe that was probably a bird that time. The thing about stuff flying past the moon, if it's real big and it covers up a lot of the picture, like like that right there, that's a hard call. That if y'all seen that go down the middle of the moon, that's kind of in between. It was kind of small, but not very small. When it's a real big object, it's most likely a bird. You know, 50,000 miles closer than the moon. But when it's a small object, it looks like a pebble passing by it, then that's not a moon. A bird. That is something that is out there with the moon. What is it? I might have a number on, what is it, like 20, 50,000 miles out. So anything that flies past it, unless it's the size of a continent, it's going to look like a pebble. So that last thing we seen fly past it looked more like a meteor to me. One of the other things looked more like a bird. Just giving you my honest opinion. What I feel like I observed. And I have caught some things flying past it that there went another one. I don't know if y'all seen it at 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Those are that's a really tough call for me because it flew by real fast and it didn't seem all that large. So the chance that it was a meteor is very good. And at this point, I've done seen about 10. So I'm kind of leaning away from it being birds. I'm barely blinking. Don't want to be able to catch anything else that flies past it. I mean, it would be awesome if something that you could tell was real far out there that was definitely out in space, but was actually still large too. Maybe not moving so fast. Maybe something that would take a few seconds to drift past it. That to me would be the ultimate. If I could get something that took about 3 to 5 seconds to really get past the moon, that would be awesome. There went another thing, 9 minutes and 18 seconds. Got a double-edged sword. If I zoom in so we can see better, we don't get to see the whole thing. If I zoom out so that we see the whole thing, we don't get to see what it was as close close up. And at 10 minutes, I'm probably pushing my limits for this actually taking less than a year to download. So I'll go another 5 or 10 minutes and go in there and throw it on the charger and see what happens. See how if it's ready, by the time the pandemic's over, maybe it'll be downloaded. I'm definitely going to be posting this up so everybody can. Now that right there, that to me was a bird. It was at about 10 minutes and 40 seconds. I might be a little off on that. 10 minutes and 35 seconds. That definitely seemed like a bird to me. When it's a large, blotchy looking object that, it takes up a good portion of the picture, then it's most likely a bird in between me and the moon. Obviously, thousands of miles closer, so it appears large, but when something the size of a Buick is near the moon, it's gonna look like a grain of salt. So what we're looking for things to be out in space near the moon is smaller, pebble-sized black dots, preferably black dots, unless I don't know, a hunk of stainless steel flies by. It might be shiny and white. If you're seeing some shadowing going on, then it's because we're starting to move, into some tree limbs, and you're actually staring straight through tree limbs and still seeing the moon. It's some kind of optical illusion. There's tree limbs in front of your picture, and you're just not seeing them because we're focused past them. In fact, I'll focus away from it and see if we can't get a tree limb to come into view. See it at the top of the screen, moving back and forth, a little black area. That is a tree limb. I can't get it all the way into focus. It's too close. But once you focus in, you can't even see it. And as I move this, we come more into the trees. Now those clouds going by are actual clouds. Excuse me. I can go ahead and tell you right now we're getting ready to get a lot of cloud cover. This might be the ending of the video. I don't know how it's going to react to them. Oh, it's just enough to give us some color effect. There is a thick blanket of clouds moving in, but since I've already seen a dozen or so objects fly past in this one video, I'm gonna just keep on filming until the clouds cover it up. There's the blister, as I call it, to the left. To the right is Doge server tower building. That's why Elon's always sending his rockets up there to the moon. tell you about that, but he's going up to change the emergency backup batteries in the Doge server towers, Dogecoin, to the moon. They keep saying that to keep everybody confused because Doge is already on the moon. At least the headquarters are. I don't know about y'all, but I think these clouds are bringing out some of the details in the crater-like areas. As they pass by, it kind of does away with some of the glare, and it seems like you can see down into it a little better. Not so much now. I wish y'all could see that in person, because looking up at it, that's pretty awesome. There's like a 100-mile wide rainbow around the moon right now, where the light is shining off the clouds. I wished I could get a picture of it, but you know the edges are showing up as complete blackness. But I'm looking at it and it's putting off just a plain orange rainbow. It's not even a rainbow. It's bright white around the moon and orange out away from it. Bright orange. I get ready to pull this off. I'll go ahead and point it at it and see what you see. Oh, you can see it. Alright, that's the moon without the telescope and without any zoom lens. Little standard 8-megapixel camera. And I don't know if y'all can see that good or not, but there is a orange halo on the outer edges of the moon. And if you were standing here, because the moon's shining through the clouds, it looks like all the clouds are going behind the moon. I can just faintly see them going in front of it, but the illusion of it looks like it's passing behind it. It's awesome. I wish y'all was outside looking at it. I wish I had my little zoom lens. Y'all could see it a lot better. Big old orange ring, real far out from the moon. I mean, it's really spectacular. It's something else. I've seen the moon have rainbows right around the edges of it, but I've never seen it real far out from the moon like that. Alright, well, I just got my battery warning. This is Mark D. Sanchez. I hope y'all liked the video. Please leave me a comment. Everybody, if you watch this video, leave me a comment. Just say, hey, cool video, or do better next time, or something. Just drop me a comment. This is Mark D. Sanchez. Later.